green circle, but I think we're in. I think it's time, possibly, for the finals. This is the Earthbound Super Series PK Scramble Race Losers Finals between Brooke and Satake. The winner of this will move on to fight Lantro in the Grand Finals. Jay Tolmar, how are you?
I am sick as heck, but I'm really excited to watch and commentate this. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. It is sickening how good this race is going to be. We have
Oh, maybe that's why I'm so sick.
it's it's absolutely flowing through the air. We have four flags, which have been chosen by the runners themselves and then combined with this flag set. That would be generate equipment and teleport anywhere by Satake, and curses 3, specifically for Gygus, and Gygus only by Brooke.
Yes. The Gygus only choice of flags is something I've never seen someone pick on this before, and I am very glad that Brooke went with that instead of her other choice of the same thing she's picked for the last 2 years.
Brooke getting nabbed by a dog at the end, but I think this is an interesting way to do all of these finals. I think it is really neat. The runners really don't know what they're in for until they are matched up, which I think is, again, extremely fun.
Yeah, I also like when we always just do these for the last three, right? The Danger Bracket finals and the final finals. And that actually means that everyone has to practice two pairs of flags. Because it's, for these two runners, it's this flag and what they would have against Lantro. And for Lantro, it's, well, which one of them wins. It's two different. So it's nice and even though everyone has to pick or practice out two kinds of flags. It is just two for everyone. And I don't think anyone ever practices the third round one, uh, which is, of course, adding one curse to everything.
Both Burns deciding to not go into Lyra Exaggerate's house, different from normal PK Scramble, because they have teleport anywhere, which means that it is shorter to go to the meteorite first.
Yeah, I definitely see some people do it second when it's not teleport anywhere, and I don't think that is the play, but it sure is when you do it this way around.
So far, we have a teleport to Threed, which will certainly be a kid check, and then a yogurt machine, which is also a kid check if they can get access to Foresight. So we're looking at a pretty full party potentially, very early here.
Oh, that's fun. It's we don't have any of the like PSI shuffles though, so we won't have anything fun from having that. Though I guess generate equipment is also kind of fun to have with lots of extra kids around. Is that a Magic Ant teleport?
That is a magic ant teleport, yes.
Oh my goodness, that is early. So the way that we're doing the Gygus as required is we are rewinding to before there were optional win conditions. And that means that Magic Ant is set to optional. So if you go to Magic Ant, it is a big stat boost. That's it.
Dake here electing to go to what seems to be Mr. Baseball Cap and then the library check while Brooke goes directly to the kid. This is interesting, already a diversion between these two players.
I was worried a stockade screen just like stopped and then there was a purple flash. Then I realized there was a butterfly. I was like, oh no, we're already crashing.
Hidden butterflies. We got Jeff. I don't know what Jeff's item is. We'll find out.
I think Brooke uses auto tracking, so oh, there's a tiny ruby.
Tiny Ruby's weird. We have, what, like 4 separate locations of checks, but only access to one of them? So
Also, Satake is teleporting in the library, which I don't think is allowed. You should not do that.
of course you do it quietly.
As long as if you bonk in the library.
You fight the secret librarian boss.
I don't think anyone would survive.
Satake now going to get his Jeff along the way. We got a centaur bracelet on Brooke and I think Satake as well. Jeff has the meteorite piece. Just peeped it while we were talking to this
Nice.
weapons vendor. But yes, we have a
Keep
centaur
laser.
bracelet and a hog-nosed bat, which again generated equipment. These are. You still know what they are and who they're for. With the bat, we have no idea what the stats are.
Hognose Bat's going to be a low tier bat. This is the snake name set proposed by Aureliux. A hognose is a particularly small snake, so this is going to be normal bat stats on the low end. Tiger Top, as Brooke just found, is a everybody gear, and it is 40% miss rate, so probably nobody's going to be using tops this game.
Satake going to Magic Hand, very interesting. The
Oh yeah.
benefits here would be a bunch of stats and some items.
Yeah, I actually... Oh, Crocodile Pan. I have no idea what that is. I think it's enemy name theme set, actually. Like, if false... Don't know. Venus Bat is going to be random stats bat. I actually completely forgot whether Magic Ant Optional is scaled to when you get it or to just before Gygus. It's been so long. I don't know.
Oh, I guess the doctor's gonna find out for us if he finds
I,
anything.
I assume all of our runners have figured this out, unlike me.
Brooke picking up an Altair coin as she goes down towards the punks for our very first combat check.
Also, there's no way to know what that is without checking. That is one of the name sets that is not, like, guessable from the name.
And we got a cheap laser, which I'm assuming is not the most expensive laser, and
It's not
therefore
the
not the
yes.
strongest.
Yes, that naming, some of them make sense. There's maybe a few two name sets in there that are a little harder to intuit, but I think cheap is easy enough to figure out.
I think we've solved our question of whether or not the Magic Ant is highly scaled. That swoosh took Satake out pretty fast.
Yeah, though some good gear there, so maybe still worth it.
Brooke bashing her way through a Frankenstein robot. Is this even randomized, etc., etc.?
That's why they call it the Brook Bash.
We've been calling it for years, the Brooke Bash.
Oh, not just made up on the spot.
No, similar to the Brooke Bop. The thing happens when she beats your time by just a couple of seconds.
Yeah, that one is real.
All these bottle rockets she picked up, although are paying off very much so, being able to get through these fights early and quick. The good spending of that money.
Yeah, don't sleep on the super early bottle rockets. They're nowhere near as good as BBRs, but things don't need to be as good as BBRs.
Jar Flunny, which means that we are probably gonna go to Saturn Valley soon. 2 items leading us there.
Yeah, I had to check my brain whether or not that is actually how it works. Yes, that does actually work. I don't know how they're gonna get there though. I don't think there's any teleports open, so I'm just
Not
gonna
at the moment, yeah. Boogie Town item into something is my guess.
I mean, zombie paper could do it.
The Electro Spectre dodging the ball rocket on Satake's side, very unfortunate. Although, that one hit, so we are through it. See what the Boogie Town's gonna give us. Hopefully some way to get to Foreside, maybe? Some way to get to Saturn Valley, maybe?
I think it's gonna be the way to Saturn Valley. It seems. I mean, those are both the same answer at this point.
Right. Saturn Valley, get rid of the ghosts, and then you would be able to get to Foreside, and then pass you all the way through for all the other checks that we currently have.
Yeah, zombie paper would open up 2 teleports and a all of Foreside and a sanctuary. So I think that's gonna be it.
Sticking around, and it is in fact the zombie paper. Good call by our awaiting runner.
Good launch reply.
Or our rating commentator, I should say.
There you go. Yep, so we get to do Saturn Valley the slow way, going through the whole cutscene and the dungeon that you always hope to skip, and Great Withdrawals.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Never mind. I was about to say it'd be interesting to see if they do Belgian space immediately, but they have to. There are no other checks at the moment, so it's going to be a pass through. Unless the meteorite piece will open up a teleport check, which could lead us somewhere interesting.
Yeah, I don't expect either of them are going to actually check that first. I think they're both going to go for the slightly faster, slightly riskier route to go through Belch Space first. Because, you can go up through there, you don't have to double dip into Saturn Valley, you can just do a big loop. But yeah, the seed's going to open wide open once we have Belch Space.
Interestingly, Satake was just a smidge behind from that Magic Ant detour, but now it seems like he's slightly ahead. And I'm not sure where the time was gained or lost. They both did fight Boogie 10.
Yeah, I haven't really followed that either. Definitely a small lead. Were any of the items that Satake picked up actually usable down there?
Well, the X, which is arguably usable, and then the Venus Bat.
Oh, Venus Bat. Yeah, that's probably what's going on. It's just bashing for who knows how much. I don't know what the stats on that are, of course, but could be useful.
Death Fry Pan, located underneath in the tombs of 3. That is pretty thematic.
Yeah, I wish it worked that way. Death Fry Pan's gonna be Death Ray-ish scaling Fry Pan, so pretty good. We find someone who wants to use Fry Pans.
And we got a clumsy robot. I'm glad we got rid of all our bottle rockets already. So now it's just gonna be a big bash out.
Bash it out. Oh, already bologna sandwich and already fell on its off switch.
Yeah, Sataki finally got that smash with that 40% miss bat. Although the attack thereafter was good enough to get through that robot.
Yeah. I don't know if that was 40% miss. It was tops that were. I have no idea what the stats in the Venus bat are.
Death Fry Pan also apparently misses 40% of the time. Weird.
Huh. Wouldn't have expected that.
Satyr bracelet coming in for Satake, which I assume is slightly better than the Sunshine bracelet.
I think so. I don't know.
It's
Makes sense when I wrote it. Everybody has seen the entire name sets, so if they wanted to study this, they can know as much as I do or more.
I think that's kind of the fun of generated equipment. You just sort of guess,
Yeah.
or at least I do. I guess based on the mythological creatures whether or not they're stronger.
Yeah, that should work. I'm working on completely redoing it, though I've been too busy to finish it. There should be better generated equipment soonish, maybe this summer.
Rock Candy is
There's another
second
Death Fry Pan.
Rusty
And a
pin?
rusty pin.
So the pin sets are pendants, is that right?
So pendants and what's it called? Charms. Pendants and charms. You can have pendants, charms, pins, scarves, and maybe another one that I forgot. And it's just gonna pick at random how those work.
Yet another divergence. Good call, by the way. Brooke did elect to go to the riskier belt space strat, where Sataka got a 4-side teleporter. Check the meteorite piece.
Interesting. I mean, that's actually kind of useless. Unless you just want to skip belch space for some reason.
If you don't want the sank, I don't know anyone would take that though.
Oh, yeah. Alright, Girk has figured out the mystery, which is Satake has not done literally this.
Literally this. He has not gone to the arcade, which will explain the minute or so difference between the two letters at the moment.
Yeah, and did Sky Valley first, so I think actually Brooke's in the lead now.
The risk will pay off, as it usually does for her, as she gets through this belt space, assuming that she can get through whatever the boss of belt space is.
Boss base.
Boss base.
I think it's actually a reasonable risk to take here, because, like we were talking, there's no other direction to go at this point. So it's not like it's going to be some risky out-of-scale thing. It's going to be what the logic expected, and what the logic expects you to do is generally pretty easy. Like, Scramble's pretty easy on people.
How about a shroom? It could be a bad mushroomization could be bad.
Yeah, shroom always has a chance of completely messing up your day, but it's not that big of a chance.
Oh, we still have bottle rockets too. That should get through just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, nothing.
And she does.
She didn't open up with Rockin', get shroomed, hit her own party, and then spiral out of control from there. There's really no way that shroom can go.
Anything about that. Certainly I haven't done that every time I've bought shroom.
That has not happened to literally everyone a whole bunch of times, because, I mean, what are the chances? Well, it's 1 in 8. So...
Oh, you know, that explains why Satake potentially did not go to Bellspace first, because he didn't have the jar of Fly yet.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense.
Getting sort of a
cardboard coin.
A cardboard coin, excellent, love that. Protects you from fire somehow.
Yeah, that's what cardboard's known for. There's no link between the name and the elementalness, right? Like it's just the quality level. LP is very fast at reading, and notice that the cardboard coin does not match your shoes.
We're now doing a little bit of looting. She has time to do so, as Satake goes through Monet's holy tower to get his potential third kid, maybe a bird, maybe a bear.
Yeah, surprising bit of retro versions doing this before finishing out Center Valley. But I guess 4 sides what you get from there. Brooke is going to take this teleport, which is just going to save a walk.
Right.
Oh, and heal a mushroom. That's kind of heads up doing that instead of the actual doctors.
Yeah, very smart. This is the kind of thing you expect to see from runners who have made it to the finals, especially Brooke, a former champion of PK Scramble.
Yeah. And Brooke, one of Brooke's specialties is just like knowing all of these weird little edge cases and being able to exploit them. I am lumping getting sandwiches off of Insignificant Item and Paula's Mom under that same heading.
Year after year, she's the only one that does it. It's consistent, though.
Oh, it's flying, man. Didn't expect that, but I like it.
The buffest bird.
buffest bird. And if you think about it, birds are basically doing push-ups all the time when they're flying. So maybe they're just all really buff.
Maybe. We'll never know.
You just have to ask a bird. They're not talking.
Unfortunately, that makes this Dalam check kind of a dead end. With nothing else to do in the area, we're just going to teleport out.
And Stake found an actual kid in Montoli Tower. It's Paula.
We got a Paula.
Has an assortment of pans already in Sadaki's inventory. Maybe one of them's good.
Yeah, 1 to 2 death pans.
1 to 2 death pans, and I think there's another one in there. Death fry pan.
Water bills, though, again, sort of an unnecessary check. That'll take us from Tucson to 3, which we don't even have. But to go back to a town that we started in.
Water bills. Yeah, Paula's still useful though, and lots of stuff is open.
Right, yeah, we have 4 set open,
nice
so
teleport.
Moonside, Dusty Dunes mines. There's a lot that we can check from this point, and it'll be interesting to see which the runners prioritize. Looks like Satake is going directly to Moonside, which, even if it's out of logic, might provide some nice items.
Yeah, do we have Tucson yet? I don't think we do. So,
Not that I do not think so, no.
yeah, so one of these has to be the progression then, because it's just there's only these 2 checks. So it could be Pencil Eraser, and Monkey Invitation, UFO Engine, Police Badge? I think those are other things it could be.
UFO engine would be a pretty cool option,
That's right.
especially because we got that tiny ruby.
And chat's pointing out that Brooke can walk to Tucson, so Police Badge is not useful, and there is the Aperture check as well, so there's 4 checks open. Sake is going for the check you only get if you want the items in here.
Oh, the secret items check.
Yeah, I usually see runners like do the rest of Moonside, and then if they're noping out because it's horrible, they'll check that item.
Present Goggle selecting to go to Moonside, so we'll see a little bit of high-fiving here. Although, by the checks, I still think Brooke is slightly ahead, and she does have the opportunity to go to Tucson, do Apple Kid, do Everdread.
Yeah, Belch Bridge is actually fairly long, so I think Brooke is like half a dungeon ahead. Oh, it looks like the NPCs are really gonna trap her in there, though.
I love that. That's my favorite, is being trapped by the NPCs.
Such a good game.
Such a well-designed and well-programmed game.
It really is. Oh, Shield Killer. Nobody chose Extended PSI Shuffle for this final, so I was kind of surprised.
I think Lantra took skill tree as he always does, right?
Of course, that's his favorite flag.
So that'll be an interesting use of extra abilities at the very least.
Yes, definitely. And if it's Stake against him, then it's going to be a whole lot of weird things in inventories.
Right. Right. The Jeff items in the generated equipment. But we'll see. We'll see which one of these runners is going to be progressing through this tournament. Because again, the loser of this match is out. They will no longer be able to progress and take 3rd place.
Yes, and the winner will be up against Lantro. They'll carry the flags that they chose ahead and be up against Lantro, who has random start and skill tree.
As we continue our way through Moonside, I also want to point out, I believe Brooke said when it was top 6 that she could have imagined any of the people in top 6 to win this year, and I can't agree more. Now seeing top 3, I can absolutely see that these are the 3 runners who have worked the hardest to get here, have done the most runs, especially Lantro, to constantly grind themselves up.
Oh yeah, Lantro's been grinding really hard. I hope he does not burn out from it. Seem to be a little bit on tilt. And yeah, I don't know how much practice Satake's been putting in. I think it's the furthest he's gotten in the tournament. So this could be Satake's first win, and we can keep up our no repeats policy at Scramble finals.
Don't forget 5 characters in that last prayer for you too.
Yeah, I mean it's gonna be either way, but it'll be really silly if it's a repeat.
Diamond for Satake through the Moonside, which gives us another check and another item.
Lantro Andrade acknowledging that he is burnt out. Good luck, Lantro.
Oh, Flying Man on the Power Shield Mole is probably the worst situation you can have him. I'm Hopefully Brooke gets
Short
this as
Gygus,
quick as
yeah.
Gygus does. There, except with the exception of Gygus, yeah, especially a 3 curse Gygus. We are trading in our diamond to see what we get from Venus. It could be anything. It could even be a
That's
check.
banana.
To do with the last 4-set check, just clear it out.
Yeah, just clear that.
Shyness book.
Shyness book. That's kind of fun.
Fun, but very far from anything that we can do at the moment.
But I was just saying it's like fun thematically that Venus is the one who's been using the Shyness book. Well, apparently she had some stage fright, and now she's a famous singer. Thanks,
Yeah,
Shyness book.
It's a good narrative that Venus is promoting here.
You too can overcome shyness if you read whatever's in this book.
Satake able to avoid the Suck You bus and now is heading towards Dusty Dunes. I asked him to check the mines. At the very least, he may take the walk all the way to Tucson at this point.
Yeah, could do it. I don't think you would go this way to get there though. Also, wait, Sasaki didn't do Belch Pace, right?
No, I don't think he's done those just yet. Yes, that's
Yeah,
correct. So he
walk
can't
to
do
Tucson,
that.
Yeah. Oh,
Key to
minor
the shack.
keys to the shack. You could put that off, but you probably want to do it eventually.
Doing a save here, though, that's interesting. Probably going to do some sort of death warp after a point. Now, knowing that he wants to... Nope, I guess he's going for it. Never mind.
Go back in. All right.
Just saying,
Maybe
just in case.
thinking it could be high scaled, actually just taking a safety save. Yeah, LP says way forwards Tucson. I think it just has to be. I'm actually not really sure what it is after Tucson because they don't really have many options for a new teleport check. I guess it has to be UFO engine or Monkey Cave.
Monkey would require both of the items too, right? Pencil
Yeah.
Racer and the invite? Yeah.
Yeah. It's not guaranteed that the actual part of the logic that's before Gygus will take them out of Eagleland, but the logic does have to keep going all the way through the game, and something has to get them out of the numbered town area of the game. It's Frank.
5 francs in the mines as Brooke teleports into Tucson to get a little bit higher up. Going
5 mines of
directly
Frankies.
to... It's one thing. It's the popular franchise. 5 mines of Frankies. I thought she might have touched Everdread first, but it looks like we're gonna go talk to Mom, talk to Apple Kid, grab the item, and then probably fight Everdread.
Yeah, makes sense. And what do we have? Horn of Life.
Horn of Life.
Not bad item. Mediocre bow. For Satake. Oh, Brooke's even checking this guy. Oh, HP sucker. That suckers.
And Brooke really going for every item here. I think that might be due to the practice she's done with Gygus. She might be looking for specific things to help Jeff be the most effective he can in that fight. Because you really do need every kid when it's 3 curses.
Yeah, and also getting the Horn of Life off of Paula's mom. You know, if you have a really easy flag set zoomy thing, that is just kind of a nice to have, fringe thing. You might not even end up using it, but there's a very high chance that Gygus is just gonna have a bunch of things that you want to have healing items for, so that's one fewer that needs to be bought.
Satake, I believe, on his 3rd frank as Brooke gets the Eraser. Weird.
Weird.
Why would
Yes.
you get that here?
I don't know. There's
Where
a
are
bunch
we
of items
going?
from weird chunks of logic. So one of the ways that this can happen, just inside baseball and how Scramble's logic works, is it shuffles all of the items with no regard to logic and just puts them all there, and then it tries to go as far as it can with whatever that is, and then when it gets stuck, it will swap an item that it found but didn't have any use for with one that would actually be useful, and then it tries again. So a lot of the time we get these kind of items that will be useful pretty soon because it had to do that a bunch. But if that initial shuffle actually got you, never got stuck on that, you can just have items that are all over the place. So I'm thinking it's one of those, and who knows what's going on.
The mediocre bow is replacing the cardboard coin. I had read it as mediocre bow is the thing you shoot, not mediocre bow is the thing you wear.
Oh, that's always tricky. I also saw a very funny named laser over there. Was it Chef's Laser or something?
Ship's laser. But Brooke did get the pencil eraser, which makes a lot of sense. Now we can go to Happy Happy, and the very least check cultist compound, and then see who's inside the cage.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet someone over there has monkey invite. Of course, it could be UFO engine. That's the other way out of this cul-de-sac. Oh, did Brooke already pick up the insignificant item? This is so Brooke.
She did. It's been in inventory for a bit.
I guess, yeah, there was a very early trade, so... Oh, Package Dragonite.
That will certainly help, no matter what you're doing or where. That is something that you always want to see.
Yeah, that's a souvenir from Scramble. Yeah, that's probably good for Gaia's Phase 2, I would say. Or, you know, maybe something else if it's looking tough.
It is PRV time for Brooke. I believe that Satake is teleporting back to Dusty? Maybe to go to the front of it?
It looks like it.
Just
Foam coin.
check the shop.
Foam
Sure.
coin.
A thin pendant?
A thin pendant, a foam coin, a satyr bracelet. Of course, makes sense.
Of course, yeah. The things that you normally find in Dusty Dunes.
No, what you normally find in Dusty Dunes is an OK pendant. That is its vanilla location.
And this will give us, this will at the very least give us 3 tanks. So we have the key to the shack opened with mines. We have Lilliput, which we're about to get to with Happy Happy. And we have the thing that Trillion Age protects, which I can never remember the name of.
Yes, that one's Milky Well. I was
Milky
getting
Well,
mixed up with Rainy Circle.
Rainy Circle, yes. I wanted to say Rainy Circle, but I know it's not right.
They're both awful plant-based bosses and, like, rain, water, wet-based sanctuaries. Who knows which one's which? That was Rainy Circle. And, yeah, so it could be the Sign Banana would get our runners go mode. Otherwise, it's going to have to be getting out of Eagleland, numbered town area. And the only thing that I think could do that would be the UFO engine or the monkey invite.
I really wonder, makes you wonder, do these runners feel like they are strong enough for a 3 Curse Gygas? Right? Especially with generated equipment, you don't typically have the same, like, oh, I have the OKs, and I have maybe one other pendant, and I have the Franklin badge. You don't have the same level of security, because all these things could be completely worthless, or a star pendant.
Right. So the way that this works is it's going to shuffle up all of the resistances, and between the other and body slots, you should be able to get a whole set of resistances, and if you have one of each and figure it out, you should actually end up better than OK pendant on average. I've seen Brooke actually checking items descriptions, might have already pieced together some set of OK pendant type of gear for Golem, might not have. I certainly can't read it that fast.
No, I know that she at least threw her cardboard coin, but she did pick up some other things along the way.
Yeah, there's whatever that bow was with the funny name. Also probably has some elemental resistance on it. And LP is guessing that this is Pooh with Dumb Kid and Sign Banana.
You're about to touch that crow? No, you can't get
Yeah,
that one.
Yeah,
That's a little too late.
Just punch the crow.
Nope. Zaki finally finishing Bill's base, which will give him the access to Tucson that Brooke has had, and allow him to catch up maybe a little bit. No, it's a bear!
Oh,
There's a bear with a banana.
Straight to banana. Alright, well that is go mode.
A bananaed bear inside the cage, of course.
Oh, they already have Delum too, so Pooh would also have been a way to get out of the cul-de-sac.
So the banana bear will give us another item, which could lead to something.
I think it has...
probably?
It has to be something that unlocks a teleport. So that's going to be Monkey Invite or UFO Engine.
Yeah. Yeah, my heart leans UFO Engine because we still have that tiny ruby, but we also got the eraser, so, which it demands a teleport to Winters at some point.
I don't think either of those are things where... Oh, well, I was going to talk about 5th Sank stuff, but no, 5th Sank is off. So we don't need to worry about whether either of them is going to try to figure out a way to go for 5th Sank instead of Gygas. We are doing Gygas. It's really a question of, are we going to be doing that optional Magic Hand Fist stat boost?
Yeah, figure out the bundle of stats you might need to get through that Gygas fight, depending on which curses he has. And what the assistant is. We've seen a good handful of early leveled bosses, right? We saw Frankenstein, we saw Kraken, which is like mid game, but we haven't seen any of those super bad ones. No Nightmare, no Carbon Dog, no, we saw
Well, those
Spectre.
two it can't be, but yes, the rest of the horrible ones, it could be.
Heavily Learned Pokey could be the actual assistant because there's the
Yeah.
Super Red Button.
Yeah, it could be Pokey, it could be Starman DX, it could be Starman Junior.
Can be Thunder and Storm, right? Which so we're avoiding some of the easier ones.
Yeah. Oh, still Flying Man over here.
Call me Flying Man.
I'll be Flying Man. I'll be your courage. All right, so Brooke's gonna see this. I can't think of any item where I just did it again. I was just about to talk about whether you would go for Fifth Sank. This is no.
This time,
has,
she certainly
this
won't
has
do
to be a
it.
teleport as well. Yeah.
As if forbidden, she will not do Fifth Sync.
Yes.
You
oh,
found it. Yes.
You got your guess.
I hit it. I finally nailed one, and she will probably not. Oh, she is doing it. Interesting. I think this is again just a, Brooke, a very very smart runner. So she knows what the options are going to be when she goes into Summers if she goes to Summers, and she may just be looking for poo.
I'm actually wondering if it's oh, I think she just changed her mind. Okay, Foresight.
No,
What's in Foresight? Hint Man.
The Hint Man. Yes.
This one of those in Summers too. No, it's not a Hint Man.
Oh?
Oh, it's Mines. I don't think she ever checked it, so.
Oh, right. So she only has 3 Sanks at the moment.
Yeah, and she's gonna find out there's at the 4th Sank. So there you go. I was starting to think, like, is it going to Summers just for the shop? The expensive shop in Summers is gonna be loaded the way that Logic panned out here. So maybe it's the shop. But no, it was just didn't realize the Mines was missing. Sprout Pan.
Sprout Pan.
Sprout Pan. That's your pan for finding sprouts. Oh, we got a meme. What is the sake meme?
Okay.
Gotta at least fill that up with Oz. Come on, Satake.
But now we have an interesting divergence once again. While Satake has done the mines already, clearing out a big chunk of time, I still think that he's probably 1 Sank opening behind Brooke. I don't think he's walked to HHV yet.
No, I mean, this pencil is right here, right?
Yeah. So that'll put Brooke's mines versus Satake's walk.
Yeah. Mine's is pretty long though, so.
Especially when it's filled with Franks.
All Franks. 5 Nights at Frankie's. 5 Minds at Frankie's. Book is very overleveled for this though, so it'll be a pretty quick mines. It is of course a bridge mine, so could be a lot longer.
Brooke doing a great job at extending that 5-child line to get a lot of these green swirls as well.
Yeah, it's kind of funny that it's actually like useful. I know 6 is never, but we have not found Pooh, so we'll not have that.
So this chef's pendant, I think it said it protects from freeze a little, or flash, one of the two.
This pin had
Yeah, the pin was protected from flash.
paralysis. Yep.
Just
Chef's
for
pendant was
paralysis.
paralysis.
Yeah.
I have not seen a freeze yet, but I have not noticed all of them.
So if both runners have the same equipment roughly, then it would be flash and paralysis resistance, which again, normally those are not things you particularly want for Gygas, right? Okay, Pendant kind of handles flash anyway, but in a 3 curse situation and you don't know who the helper is, right? You kind of need all of it.
Yes, you would like all of it, but freeze is still the guaranteed problem here. Freeze is the most dangerous thing in 4 Sank.
Flyman's still doing work. I'm surprised he's still alive. Although I guess Brooke generally hasn't fought a lot of things.
Those early flying men last pretty long. Because it's just, when stuff's low scale, Flying Man doesn't take that much damage. It's really late enemies and exploding enemies are the banes of Flying Man. Hey,
Grab
it's
the
very
cheese.
typical Flying Man will fall over in fourth sync, whether you got him immediately before it or at the start of the game.
It's true, and you kind of want that before going to Gygas, otherwise he has a chance of punching yourself to death.
Yes, you do want to end up not having Flying Man. Lots of trying to gear up in here. Looking for something that'll have that elemental resistance. That bracelet cannot. Earthbound's ridiculous item code does not allow a bracelet to have an elemental resistance. I'm working on it.
Satake picked up a serious coin as opposed to a silly coin, which hopefully will give him some defense.
Just trying to find a pun in that. I just did not get it. Defense, serious defense. Yeah. So coin could easily have the elemental resistances we're looking for.
Brooke on her last frank. She did grab the exit mouse, which I assume she'll be using here, rather than trying to teleport away from all these ducks.
You also don't want to teleport out of here because it just doesn't leave you anywhere near where you need to go.
Yeah, you still have to get
Pin.
the actual item.
Flash attacks a little. That actually makes sense that a dull pin would protect you from flash.
Yeah, it's just like a cardboard coin, protect you from fire.
Yeah.
Maybe it lights on fire instead of you. It's like taking the hit.
All the armor. Alright, we got a meme call for Brooke. E.
Exponential! Exponential!
Oh,
The time
no.
save!
Thank you, Brooke.
She's exponentially ahead of Satake right now, based on the time that has exponentially grown between the two runners as they make different choices.
And then this is go mode for Brooke.
Do we go mode is the question. She's definitely going to go do Shine Shack here. That is without question what Onet has. But again, are we checking the expensive shop beforehand? Are we waiting for Saturn Valley shop? Are we just going for it because this is a race?
Satake just got go mode as well. I guess neither of them actually knew when we figured it out. We just had commentator go mode.
Right. Pendant from the traveling salesman, which is I think not great, right? That was the paralysis one, so it's a great charm.
I don't remember.
Travel charm, just paralysis.
Oh, great charm's also paralysis. It's a matter of how much paralysis.
It's true. I get a little, but I don't know what that quantifies as.
A little would be travel charm.
Yeah. Actually, we can take this opportunity. Jatalmar, can you explain resistance levels in this game because they're silly?
Yeah, sure can. So. Oh no, Satake!
No.
I hate to see it. So. There's more than one resistance system in this game. The one that everyone's thinking of is the way that gear works, where there are 3 levels of resistance. 4 levels of resistance. 0, 1, 2, and 3. 0 does what you expect. 1 is for damage things. It will do, I think, 30% less damage. 2 is, and then for status effects, 1 is 50% chance of negating. Level 2 is, I think, 60% less damage and 90% chance of protecting against status. And then level 3 is 95% reduced damage and 100% chance of neglecting status. Because, of course, they're different numbers. And those are the 3 options that the equipment can do. And yeah, that's just how it works for some reason. Others and body equipment can affect paralysis, freeze, flash, and fire. And armbands can affect brain shock and hypnosis. Brain shock and hypnosis are always opposites of each other, unless you have a Scramble glitch bracelet. Then you can have 0% resistance to both.
Rick has a 100% chance of getting through that giant step boss, as it was Starman DX. Easily taken down. I don't think at this point any of these regular bosses are going to stand any sort of chance against these runners.
No, it's just preparing for Gygas at this point. They're both a little bit, like, they're thoroughly leveled. They've been actually looting gear everywhere, which Scramble runners usually do not. So it should just be very easy for them.
And we have the other Starman making an appearance in HHP. Sorry, Yes, no, in HHV, which means neither Starman will be the helper. We're getting a little bit of a leg up here on what could possibly be the worst helper of all time.
It's true.
Still Mook, Trillion Age,
Oh, fire freeze
Titanic
paralysis, just a
Can.
little. A tin coin
Yeah.
looks like it is. Oh, and this one also, souvenir pin and tin coin are both freeze resistant.
Okay, so we're getting to level 2 of both of them.
Yeah, I did not catch enough to. Are those separate pots? Are those separate slots? Pots.
I believe they are. I believe they are. I think that's head and other. So we should have a level 2 resistance here.
Yeah, that would be really, really good. That's much better than you normally get in a Scramble. That's Earth Pendant equivalent. So 60% damage reduction, 90% status reduction. Yeah, if those stack, that's very good. I just don't remember whether pins and coins are the same slot or not. Oh, they're different slots. Yeah, yeah, you can totally stack those. Brain is mush. Looks like Stocky is doing some robbery. This is also actually a really good idea for this kind of seed. Like, what better way to deal with Cursed Gygus than to just have Ness have a billion psychic points and HP?
After that very unfortunate teleport out, Tataka's gonna need a leg up. So hopefully, these brain food lunches will help him generate some sort of psychic attack against whatever's about to happen in that Gygus fight. Which, again, because these regular Sanks are really gonna pose a threat, that will be the last point of the runners showing off their stuff to see who finishes.
Yeah, the only things left are finishing these Sanks and maybe doing Magic Hand. I don't think either of them's going to. Though, way back when this was the normal way that flags worked, people did occasionally do Magic Hand and then, like, blow past Gygus so fast that it was the route to do.
But runners have exponentially increased in skill since that time, so who knows if they'll leave it.
Who knows? Exponentially.
Nightmare. Okay, so Nightmare couldn't have been the helper, but still, good to see him here. Just as a won't see him ever again and anywhere else.
It could have been the Magic Hand boss if we're going to Magic Hand. Now
Sure.
it cannot be.
It's interesting. We've now lessened the pool of potentially awful helpers to like half fine and half still terrible. Like it could be Guardian General or actual Everdread, or it could be Boogie's Head.
I don't think Boogie Tent's that bad. Though it will be Curse 3. Curse 3 Boogie Tent could actually be pretty bad.
Could be pretty bad.
Yeah. The thing about Boogie Tent is that a lot of its attacks just don't do anything, and that is one of the things that Curse is low to fix. So, yeah, Boogie Tent could be pretty bad. Should I say in Curse 3 anything can be bad? That's pretty much true. There's a good number of curses.
Captain Strong. Captain Strong would probably be the best possible thing that you could see, right? Even with
Yeah.
unless he generates a tornado, he doesn't do anything other than hit one kid.
Well, the thing is that it does have a pretty good chance of upgrading him to generating a tornado. Yeah, it also has turn wasters, which can turn into all sorts of things like diamondizing you. So, Captain Strong's a pretty good target for becoming really mean. I don't think Guardian General. Oh no, Guardian General can get tornadoes, of course.
Stony with a chance of tornadoes. That's my
We have a
children's books.
request for what do curses do. So every level of curses will add one random mean thing to each type of enemy in the game. We currently have it set to only Gygus and the Assistant will get them, and there'll be 3 random mean things added. Kind of the iconic things that curses usually do are make their attack scripts meaner, add they explode, add PSI shields. Those are the ones that people notice the most. There's also stats, there's funny things as well. That's just generally rude or challenging things. If you haven't tried it, if you haven't tried it casually, I'd recommend trying Curse 1 or 2. People get really intimidated by it, but like it is a fun challenge. It goes up to 10 because people just kept insisting that I increase it so that they can do Curse 10. I don't think that is fun, but Curse 1 or 2, really a good time. Would recommend. But yeah, that's what they're prepping for, is just there's going to be random weird things on Gygus and the Assistant that they can't really know what they are until they get there.
Brooke finishing out Guardian General is Sank number 1, and now she has completed all 4 Sanks, allowing her to go to Gygus. Will she do it immediately? It looks like a maybe? Yeah, that was a misclick.
Misclick?
It was a misclick.
Saturn
Yes,
Valley.
going to Saturn Valley.
Saturn Valley. Here we go. Yeah, those last freeze resistance. Oh no, is she? Okay, I thought she got like butterfly locked, and we were gonna have a horrible time.
Could you give us an example of what some curses they might show up? I know that a big health pool is one.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I mentioned power shields exploding, all that. A boss can be doubled, so there's be two of it. A boss can get the Diamond Dog Glorious Light thing and turn into an earlier boss. It's always an earlier one, so it's nowhere near as dangerous as the original Diamond Dog one. Lots of attack script improvements, and Gygus does have special ones. Actually, before I mention that, every stat there is a curse that just does the stat. They're actually pretty uncommon, just because that is a boring way to increase how dangerous something is. But it is in the pool. And it just works out that Gygus doesn't have a lot of curses that naturally can apply. So I added in special ones just for the prayer phase. They're very rude. Keep an eye out for them. I don't know. Do people want to discuss them and guess what they're going to be, or should we leave it a surprise for the newbies in chat?
Leave it a surprise. It could be fun.
Yeah. Speaking of surprises, though, we do have to guess who the assistant's going to be, because Brooke is on the way.
Yes, it is her time, and we'll see. She does have a handful of repels, which in this case, even with teleport anywhere, are still kind of useful with all the bends and turns of Cave of the Past.
Yeah, it's way easier to just repel and walk through than to do a bunch of fancy teleport dodges.
But as Launcher points out, I think Brooke has 2 revive items.
Yeah, that's kind of sketchy. Should do that final purchasing thing. Though I don't think Sadaki did it either.
No, I
So
think he knows the crunch is on, so he's just kind of going for it.
Yeah, so Brooke actually has more than Stake. This could very easily just be double wipe, though. Like, who knows what the curses are going to be. You need to make sure that you've got at least 2 not on Paula for a reason. And, yeah, here we go. Oh, assistant, who's it going to be? Come on, chat.
Who's it gonna be?
It's not going to be
Chat.
Ibuka.
Make your make your predictions. My prediction is that it's going to be Mook.
Oh, that's rough. I'm going to guess it's the Grimace.
Purple Belch.
Guardian General.
Oh, we saw him. He was Sync 3.
Oh,
No, sorry, he was Sync 1, I think. Sync 1.
Purple Belch then, sure. Barf.
Barf, yeah, Master Melch.
Mr. Belch? Mr. Barf.
It could be a slimy pile. That would be the funniest possible.
Slimy pile?
a three curses slimy pile.
Was there a full freeze protect on the Chest of Destiny? That's really funny after all the effort these runners put into finding something else to do it. Oh, it could be Spectre, I think. Oh, we had Spectre. I'm so bad at remembering what bosses it is, especially when I'm commentating.
Spectre. Well, we're about to find out. It is.
Oh,
Carpenter.
this loser.
Does he still have his scripted attack pattern with curses?
Yeah, well, what is his script again?
He will do a bash and then a psychic attack and then heal himself.
So he's still well, but the bash could be a tornado. And I think that's the only change in those.
Flying Man, why? Oh, he's gonna. Alright,
no!
so Carpenter at least has a power shield. He's using his lightning attack now.
Okay.
We should follow this up with a life up on himself.
Pretty close, yeah. Going for the shield killer, might work. Oh, Flying Man's dead.
Shield is down. Thank you, Flying Man, for your sacrifice. Satake also realizing all of the terribleness that is here.
Oof, already a kid down for both of them.
Right, and Brooke just barely missed that life up on Jeff as well. We do. Carpenter is weak to freeze, so we do have that from Paula.
And the freeze is actually still working, so that's good. One of the curses does reduce how effective, or just adds resistances.
Brooke through to phase 2 with only a Jeff down. Satake in much worse shape, has Paula up, and now through phase 2.
Oof. Now, Brooke does have that Bag of Dragonite. Might want to check those shields before using it.
5 damage to Paul. That full
Yeah.
freeze protection is very much helping. Oh no, it's
Oh,
psychic!
that's Psychic Shield. All right.
It doesn't matter because it was a freeze! Oh, so smart.
Oh, that's very good. This does mean that if Brooke remembers she has that Bag of Dragonite and it was not on Jeff, then we should be a good time. There it is. I see it. Brooke sees it too. I think it's the line.
Satake with 3 full picnics of lunch, trying to get through this with just Paula as Brooke is
Mix of lunch.
flashed and frozen her way through that Geiger shield, which is very, very helpful.
Yeah, I think this is looking pretty doable for Brooke. Actually doable but slow for Stake. With full freeze resistance, then... Oh, well, actually, Stake's on. Oh, there we go! Prayer strat. Prayer strats worked! Alright, Stake is still in it, a little bit behind. We are on to the prayer phase. Now, this single round of Gygus is technically a different enemy. It's going to have different curses than the rest. Okay, now we're past that one, so don't worry about it.
Just the first prayer?
Yeah, this one, this is the one that's different. The other time, like on the last 2 prayers when it changes the background again, that's the same one as this one. Why is it coded this way? I don't know. Gygus fight code is so weird.
Incredible.
Oh, there is an actual enemy for the phase, like during the little cutscene where it's like a different background between, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, between phase 1 and 2. That's a different enemy. It has like fire, I think. But yeah, it doesn't matter. Alright, Manly Fish, pray for Ness and friends. We're gonna be seeing something rude on Brooke's side soon, so keep your eyes out.
Yeah, Brooke, weirdly, having a Jeff down makes this a little faster.
With full freeze resistance, you actually do just want to have like fewer kids, except for sea creatures. Shout out to sea creatures, everyone. I'm looking for the thing. I haven't seen it yet. We should see 2 or 3, maybe even 1 occasionally, exciting new things during this prayer phase.
I think that's 6th prayer that Brooke just did. Sasaki is on somewhere near 3 or 4.
Yeah, it's not far. Oh, here we go.
Spore Bomb.
Well, this is the great equalizer. Anything can happen.
Imagination can't stop you from praying, but it can stop you from doing literally anything else.
Yes, it can stop you from healing. Though with full freeze resistance and no sign that Gygus has, like, you know, Diamond Bite or something, it looks fine. This still could go south really easily if the next assistant curse is Diamond Ray.
Here it is.
Oh, 2 more rounds
Two
of
more
curses.
rounds. 2 more rounds of curses.
Okay. Alright, so that is the last one that's possible, so Gygus must have had some other curse. It's possible for Gygus to have, I think, speed up or like a normal attack instead of the waste turn attack, though I haven't seen it yet.
Puts Brooke in pretty good position. There's nothing horrifying that will immediately happen to her. It's just praying it out from here for 2 more rounds.
Yeah, I haven't seen... So somewhere in... I forgot about the curse text there. I haven't seen Gygus use a cursed attack. It's possible that one is in there. But Brooke's still playing pretty safe and pretty close to the end.
Saki's so close as well. If only that unfortunate teleport didn't happen, I think this could be within seconds of each other.
Yeah, this is going to be a real close one. Better hope that neither of them is playing against something laggier than the other.
Uh-oh.
Oh, mortal damage on the final prayer. But that does count.
But Brooke exponentially gets her way through.
Exponentially. Alright, this one's exponentially. More is 1. Alright, GG, everyone. So Brooke doesn't yet know that she's won, but she'll be going ahead to face Lantro. And the flag set for that is going to be this same Cursed Gygus required thing, and instead of generated equipment and teleport anywhere, we're going to have a random start and Lantro's favorite, skill tree.
Skill tree. And we have 2 new commentators coming up as well.
Yeah, we're going to tag out. I am going to sit down like a lump and go on with being sick. Thank you for commentating with me. We'll try to see if Brooke wants to say anything before we switch her over to the new round. But,
Give her a quick breather between runs here. But well, actually, let's also congratulate Sataka on the third place finish. It is an incredible run that they've had this tournament.
yeah, this was so close too. Like just that teleport out of Lilliput could have been it. So
So unfortunate.
yeah, it really is. So great run, Satake. And you know what else this means? We are going to have Scramble's first repeat champion.
The first dual champ. Will it be Brooke completing the triple crown of every single tournament win this year? Or be Lantro taking home 2? We don't know. We'll find out.
All right, and that is it for Brooke.
See if she wants to jump in, say a couple of things, or if she's too locked in to even think about that.
Locked in with your socks in. I also have to give these runners their new seed. Didn't actually know what seed to roll until the very end of there, so. Hello, Brooke. Congrats on the first win of the night.
Hello.
How are you feeling about that run? Did everyone cut up?
They left her speechless.
Left her
Oh,
speechless.
Discord had the wrong audio settings again.
Oh no, Discord!
I can hear you now.
Okay. Congrats on the first run of the evening. How did you feel
Thank you.
about that run?
Pretty good. Like the equipment setup was like pretty decent going into Cave of the Past, and then the drop bear bow just completely like just made it free. It had
Yeah, that was really funny. Both of you spent a lot of effort, like making sure you had that freeze resistance, and it finally came together at the very end. And then it just handed you on a silver platter.
Yeah, I had like level 2 freeze and flash on everyone, which is like quite good. But yeah,
Yeah, it's
like,
better than getting vanilla.
yeah, that bow at the end was like level 3 freeze and a few other things as well. Just really, really good.
Yeah. Did you catch what the third Gygus curse was?
There was Crashing Boom Bang, Spore Bomb, and Extra 2 prayers.
Oh, there was Crashing Boom Bang in there. I didn't even notice. There you go.
Yeah,
All
it
right.
didn't do that much.
Right. And also,
I mean, he kind of already has that.
right. It's just like slightly different text for something that he already does. All right.
Oh, also, I have feedback on the names. Death is in the tiered and untiered names.
Oops. I should have mentioned that earlier. We got tripped up by that as commentary, actually. So.
Yeah, I thought that was really weird. I was like, what? The Death Ray is a super late game weapon. But no, it's the Arcana.
Ah, darn. I am not gonna remember that right now. Someone remind me tomorrow. But yeah, let me let our next commentators know and start getting you ready for your next race. GG.
GG, good luck, Brooke. And with that, we're gonna head out here, folks. It's gonna be Leslie Pro and Static Pulse, I believe, on your commentary team. Temple continuing to restream, and Lantro and Brooke going for the grand finals. If Brooke wins, she will proceed, with Lantro moving down to the lower bracket. And if Lantro wins, he will just take home the dual champion crown.
Yeah, nobody's done it yet. I think every single Scramble tournament has went to the third game. So yeah, that also could be Scramble history.
Me see you all on my couch as I watch. Goodbye.
Same thing.
Alright, I see the main menus on the... Oh, comms are green. I think we're good to go. Hello, everyone. This is the finals race for the PK Scramble Tournament 2026. Tonight, you are listening to the lovely sounds of myself, Static Pulse, and my good commentator friend, Leslie Pro. How are you?
Doing good tonight, Static. Hello again, everybody. And if you missed the last race, go back and watch the VOD because it was extremely close. The fact that it was that close is a testament to how good these runners really are, even when Gygus is being a noun.
And we have here our random start flags. We start in the treehouse today. The consequence of having the random start, even if you start on ONET, is you don't have access to upper ONET for the 3 checks up there at the top of the hill. You need to find the police badge and defeat Captain Strong to do that.
But we do start with Dalam and Magicant. Dalam's a kid check, so that's got value, and Lantro's already heading there.
Oh yeah. It's kind of interesting to see Magicant this early. I'm not sure how it's scaled relative to the rest of the seed. Could potentially find some good stuff there.
I feel like that scale could be pretty much anywhere just based off of just looking at it. And because last seed it was scaled to level 39. So that could literally be scaled to just about anything, really.
Yeah, there is one free item up there if anybody did want to go try and grab it, see what you get. It is a bit of a walk, though. So I don't know if we'll see any of our runners go and do that. But with an early Cherokee and a Jeff, oh, Brooke is going to Magicant. Looks like we'll be... Our main progression here is likely through the cop fight, which will open up quite a few things for us. It opens up Tucson, opens up Upper Onet. Jay Tomar saying it's likely set to just before Gygas, so there could be some good things here to grab. Gygas, I believe, with Brooks flags is mandatory. Set to 3 curses. Cilantro, unfortunately, having a bad time with the cops. I'm sure we'll be back for our revenge. Oh, that's just a cracked bat. That's no good.
Yeah, this is not very helpful. I think we've got to go a different direction, but where?
Yeah, we don't have teleport anywhere. Brooke came off the previous seed where we did have teleport anywhere, but that flag is no longer enabled.
This is getting nasty in a hurry for Brooke because look at all these later seed enemies. Uncontrollable Sphere and Fobby. They're scaled down, but geez, this is getting out of hand very fast.
Yep, those dice are really quick. It's going to be difficult to run from them.
Okay, it looks like the arcade appears to be progress because Launcher just steamrolled the sharks easily.
Yeah, it's also possible that I believe we got a Cherokee, so our first sanctuary is likely up there in Dalam. That's also a potential area to grab some early game levels, but the arcade seems pretty easy to get through.
I don't expect Guardian General and Everdread to be the easiest fights, especially knowing that Guardian General hits like a truck. Even scaled down, he still hits hard.
Yeah, I tend to find the hardest bosses, if you find them here, especially if you haven't gotten any levels, is one of the barfs, or anything that can use flash. Because if you're crying, you can't hit anything. If you haven't gained any levels, you won't have any offensive PSI either.
Key to the shack. Interesting. So what it's looking like to me, and this is just me gauging the seed based off what we've seen, is that we're gonna have to build up experience to eventually win Cop Fight to get to Northern Onet, and Tucson just to open up the rest of the seed.
Yeah, we didn't really get much out of Magicant, so unfortunately I'm not gonna get. There's not a whole lot of value there at the moment, especially with that windy path. With that teleport anywhere, it's a little difficult to get through, and we don't have any sandwiches. I think in this flag set, I think it's a PSI check, so that could get us a teleport somewhere useful. But it's a pretty long road, and we saw from those dice, the enemies are not easy.
Yeah, those enemies are nasty. And I believe it's also an Omni stat boost for everybody in the party where all their stats go up by 10.
There is one setting where it's like that, and there is
Could be
a
one, so
setting
don't
where
quote
it
me.
isn't. So we'll see if anybody manages to get to the Sea of Eden. We have an annoying fish in the way. This is the stat boost setting. Okay, thank you, Tolmar. Lantro heading deeper into Magicant. We'll see if he's able to evade all these dice. Fortunately, did not. Although the dice is unable to call for help that well. Well,
You say that, and now we've got carefree bombs, beautiful UFOs.
the dice was just rolling fish eyes for a while, and then decided to get real.
Nah, we're gonna roll for a different dice game. It was rolling craps, and then it started rolling the dangerous stuff.
Broke through the first cop. So with the T-ball bat and a couple levels from the arcade in hand, she's primed to get through here. Although they still are hitting pretty hard. I don't think we've gotten any defensive equipment. Might not have been a bad idea to look for bracelets or something in one of the stores.
Interesting you mentioned that because there's an NPC that gives you free equipment at their starting point.
That's true. I think they did talk to him. I don't remember what he gave. Oh, that's a spin. Man, it's just like vanilla.
Yeah. Vanilla Mr. Baseball Cap, according to chat.
Lantro continuing to have a bad time with these cops here, while Brooke has made it to Starman DX. And unfortunately,
This is
Jeff
gonna
is
get
down,
ugly
and
real fast.
oh, manages to take him
Throw,
out.
nicely done.
Brooke here now taking
Lantro's
a
money
slight lead.
was a meme number, the meme being 420. If you know, you know.
I did see some bracelets in there. I'm surprised Lantro didn't take any of them, but supposing Lantro will head to a sanctuary, clear it out, and will be leveled enough that the cops won't be a bad time anymore. And we get a pretty good item, the Great Charm. Protects from paralysis, and it gives you 5 speed. Pretty useful early game item. Sometimes can be even better than your OK pendants, depending on if you got any good rockets for Jeff or something, since pretty unlikely to get much else in the speed boosting department in a normal game.
Well, in a normal seed, that is true. Looks... Ah, I see. The vanilla slug route we're getting for this fight. In vanilla game, this is where we grind to get up to level 8, taking out 22 slugs.
Yeah, since we're looking for levels, that's not a bad idea. It's not a fast one, but it is an idea. Brooke withdrawing money from the ATM, going to head over to Apple Kid and get that check out of the way. Lantro heading up a giant step. We'll see our first Sanctuary boss here. Always a little risky sometimes doing these early Sanctuaries. You might run into a nasty dog, or... Actually, yeah, dog's probably the worst thing you could probably find here. But it's just a mini barf.
Yeah, this is still a stinky boss because it blasts you with its breath, and that makes it hard to fight back with physical moves.
Thankfully, we have enough rockin' to get through. Lantro first on the board with a Sanctuary. Alright, what does Apple Kid have for us today? It has a diamond, not immediately useful. I think...
If we
Oh,
get
no.
a Foresight teleport in Northern Onet, that would be something nice to have because you get a means to 3 and you get an item.
Yeah, I'm expecting a Foresight teleport up here in Northern Onet now. It would be very nice to be able to get to 3, because that's also another kid check. And one of our potential means to get to Saturn Valley, which we'll need to... Oh, there it is, Foresight. Yeah. Lantro now going to take out the next...
It appeared.
Excuse me?
The game said its name and it appeared, just like that one professional wrestler. If you know, you know.
Alright, the good news is we have 2 repels on hand, so we're pretty well primed for the Cave of the Past. That'll get us through the initial area pretty quick.
And chat got it! It was indeed a reference to Joe Hendry. Say his name, and he appears, I believe, in Joe Hendry.
Alright, Pink Cloud here is probably...
Lantro,
Mhm.
one of the enemy, he got an instant win, so we don't know which enemy dropped it, but an enemy dropped a bottle rocket.
That's very useful here at the start of the game. We don't have any access. We don't have access to any of the Jeff vendors here. So getting and those are pretty handy, especially at the start where Jeff's not really doing much. We got the Hawkeye up at the meteorite, not also not particularly compelling at this point in time.
Yeah, we need Deep Darkness for that to be useful, but we shall see.
Yep, and we see here Brooke immediately going for the diamond turn-in. Very expected. Also, getting captured and 3'd, I believe, revives your characters too, so this will get Jeff back on his feet.
And that it would.
Lantro now with 2 sanctuaries on the board.
Be interesting to see who's really ahead, because right now it's hard to tell, because yes, Lantro has the Sank advantage, but in terms of the legwork, Brooke is definitely ahead. That is a yogurt dispenser. That is another kid check.
Yeah, we're getting them all.
Gotta do a bit more legwork for this particular kid check, but Brooke is on the bus on her way to 3.
Alright, we have zombie paper with Lorp, which I believe is Pooh, since we already have Jeff. So wherever Pooh is, we'll get the zombie paper, and then that may be our intended access into Saturn Valley.
Yep, I do believe the route Brooke is on is the intended access to 3, even if a wad of bills wound up being in the mines. Which at this point, we really don't need it.
We like to see it there, so we don't have to do the mines. Even if it's short, it takes a while.
Yeah, even with a barrage dungeons, the mines can be very time-consuming.
Alright, Lantra's taking out the cops here. Jeff also learned how to use fire, so I imagine we'll see a lot more of that going forward.
That's a very helpful skill to have in the early game for a skill tree, because enemies just get wrecked. You have a row of enemies, why use a PSI move? You just call fire and you light them up.
And now that we're in 3, we can also take on the tent as well.
Got an okay pendant, good grab. Nice Starman Deluxe fight for Lantro.
Yep, Lancho now moving on to Tucson.
Now, how do you route this in this situation? You know you can go to Tucson, but it's one check. You have 3 checks in Northern Onet. Which way do you go first? You take the road that Brooke took, which, speaking of, there's Paula, or do you go north first and then come back down?
It's certainly a difficult decision. If you, with what we know, if you head north and don't go do the Tucson applicant check, then you're missing the diamond, which means you're also missing your way into Threed. With just foresight access, we do have the mines as well as moonsite checks, and if those aren't in logic right away or turn out to not be important to seed progression, you can lose a lot of time going for those checks. Oh, we got a nice
Actually, wait a minute. Apparently, that kid revive that you mentioned is not a PK Scramble thing. That's a vanilla game thing. Apparently, it didn't activate here.
I wonder if it's like the same thing as with Talarama, who doesn't heal Pooh because Pooh's not intended to be in the party at that time.
Right, and Brooke's doing it. I see. She routed in the insignificant item with the hospital heal. That's actually pretty smart. I like that.
Tomar's saying you had to recode the whole cutscene, so it could have been overlooked. Which is fair. Alright, we'll see what Brooke's up to next. We got quite a few things potentially to do. The tent is the closest, although the zombie dog's right on our heels.
Speaking of
Oh,
dogs,
speaking of dogs.
the tent structure is about to be engulfed in flames because that's Carbon Dog.
Well, I know you like have lions like jump through flaming hoops, but this is a little much.
I don't think that hacking cough's gonna work on Carbon Dog, so you're just gonna have to hit it. Brooke reaching for the silver bracelet to equip for some reason that I cannot ascertain.
That's kind of an interesting choice because Paula still has plenty of PP to actually hit the dog. Also, we see Lantro heading into Happy Happy first.
There goes the teddy bear, so I don't know what that does when the teddy bear goes away and the equip slot reaches for nothing.
I'm not... Oh man, everyone on the team is confused now. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm pretty sure that's... Everybody's feeling strange right now. Okay, I think... Or no, are they all crying? That's actually really hard to see.
Yep, they
Alright,
all
dog is dead.
were inflicted with either crying or feeling strange. Jeff was confused. Yeah, I think Brooke went for a null, and I am not sure what that does. Anybody in chat knows, let us know.
Alright, what do we get here? We got the Franklin badge from the Happy Happy prisoner. And we get the water... Oh. Thanks, dog.
So, according to Tomar in chat, you equip a null in your inventory. The next item to go in your inventory gets equipped to other. Now, I'm wondering, what could potentially go there?
Going for a bottle of water, maybe? Hoping... Or what? Or was it the DX that gave you, like, extra speed? That's the only one I remember having much of an effect.
I mean, the only one I really remember is the Gutsy Bat. No, not... Well, I mean, the Gutsy Bat would give us sick freeze resistance. The only other one I know off the top of my head would be what the Magic Truffle does, boosting your attack and your guts if it's a weapon. Don't know about the other slots, though. Oh, it's the Casey Bat for freeze resistance. Thank you, Tomar. That is me. Sometimes you just miss the details, and that sort of glitch has a lot of details.
Oh, we got a big
league
league bat.
Ooh, this is a rather deep magic hit.
Yeah, Moonsight having I had a heavy bazooka.
Bazooka, that is huge for Brooke.
Man, he's got some extremely good offense here.
A Kraken soup. How about that for a healing option?
Can't go wrong with that.
And I think the Kraken soup was just past Apollo. So, I don't know what that equip effect is. Personally, I would have preferred that for a full heal effect, but that's just me. Yeah,
Brooke
Brooke's
seeing
not
all these
even
high-end items is
I don't
hightailing it out.
blame her. She's got great offensive options now.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Brooke is waiting for something in particular. The waters, I think, would have been fun. At least whichever one did give plus speed, since that could be pretty useful in Paula. She could just be waiting for the Casey bat, as previously mentioned, and or a truffle, because she did get the insignificant item. If she turns it in and still gets the truffle, you know, that could be also an equip potentially. Lancho on his
Speaking of
way
a-
to 3 down.
Excuse me.
Mhm.
Speaking of potential, I think Brooke is set for heavy bazooka offense for Jeff because of a rearranged inventory where item 1 heavy bazooka, item 2 the weapon. So yeah, I think Brooke is geared up to take an offensive run through whatever's standing in her way.
I agree. I don't, at least as far as enemies within the standard logic up until Gygas, I don't think any of them are going to stand a chance now with the heavy bazooka in tow.
I mean, if they think they're gonna have a chance, somebody queue up Megalovania because they're about to have a bad time. And it's
Like-
Belch.
Like, I would say maybe Dog could still stand in your way because it does have a, you know, a power shield, but already took the dog out, so don't even have to worry about that. Wow. That's a lot of guts for Paula.
Full
And
party
here's
this
Pooh.
seed.
Here's Pooh, and I believe Pooh has the zombie paper on him. It's based on
Yes.
the phone call Lantro had. And we also got the meteorite piece,
Okay,
so we're
so that
ready.
literally screams, "Let's go" to Threed.
Yep, we're ready to start closing out the seed here, but I don't think they have enough sanctuaries available quite yet. I believe we have 3, but I don't think we have a 4th. Because we do have the Happy teleport, so that does give us another 3rd sanctuary available, but I don't think... We don't have Milky Well, Raining Circle, or Magnet Hill. I don't think we've gotten an Underworld teleport either for Fire Spring. We do have a Hawkeye, so we do get Deep Darkness, and also a book. Potentially. So here now, Brooke going to pick up the key to the shack to start doing that. Start getting the sanctuaries out of the way.
I'm seeing a red flash on Brooke's screen that I cannot seem to identify the source of.
One of the kids must have the sniffles or sunstroke or something. Maybe nausea? Did barf give nausea to someone?
Nausea would cause sweating, which would be on par with being in the desert. So, I don't know.
Ness has something on him. It's kind of hard to tell, but he does have a persistent status of some kind.
Okay,
that,
chat
yeah.
pointing out Ness is a cold. Thank you, chat. Things we miss sometimes on the restream booth. That's perfectly fine.
Lantro defeating the dog will now get the The bad news that dog was not mandatory. Dog was just a distraction. I guess that's to be expected from a dog in a circus.
Yeah, which tells me that whole circus was just a money laundering front.
No, I wouldn't trust a flaming dog with my water bills, but
Easy minibar for Brooke.
I'll be interested to see if Brooke goes to check out the prisoner and Happy, the prisoner in the cabin, because that prisoner did have the Franklin badge, which would be very useful for putting on Paula for Gygus. Lantro removing the teddy bear to evade these robots. If your kid train is too long, you can't escape the robot out of that door. It's very close even with 3. Rook headed to turn in the insignificant item for what I presume is still a truffle.
It could still be a bottle of deluxe water or Psy Caramel as far as I'm aware.
Oh, it was a repel. Okay.
Oh, Repel Sandwich, that's also good.
Yeah, I mean, can't beat a repel. The 3 repels, you're pretty good to go through Cave of the Past, so any extra ones you find can be used to go through dungeons much quicker. Elantra now with Pooh in hand will likely start clearing out more sanctuaries, although heading to Dalam to do the Pooh meditation check. The Moo check.
Not a bad idea, and speaking of not a bad idea, Brooke visiting Paula's mom after Paula joins the party got a Repel Sandwich Deluxe, and the boss at Berlin Park today for this seed is Electro Spectre. I thought that's what that was on the first pass, but I didn't say anything at the time because I wasn't sure if we were going to be coming back this way.
Yeah, Brooke likes going for the, I guess, maybe not less common is the way to phrase it, but there's a number of rare items you can get from NPCs or out-of-the-way checks, as Brooke has showcased here. Paula's mom can give you a good item. Sometimes Orange Kid will give you a good item, although I think he can give you kind of any item in the game. I assume the insignificant item turn-in is also a rare item based on the repel that we got. So that could also be something like Dragonite or something of the sort. Get a UFO engine, we can go to Summers.
Which, speaking of, we just got from Brooke.
Yep, and Lantro gets a teleport to Saturn Valley from the Moo training. We didn't need that zombie paper after all.
That's actually very helpful, because that's going to save Lantro about, I'd say, a minute or 2.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Brooke goes for it as well when she heads a Dalam like she's doing right now. Lantro now going to take on Spectre will have an easier time thanks to the Franklin badge that he has.
But there's a trade-off here. I don't think Lantro went into Magicant. Rather, Moonside, excuse me.
Yeah, Lantro has not been there and does not have quite the offense that Brooke has right now.
Yeah, the lack of heavy bazooka is definitely going to change this up, but Lantro is playing this pretty well. He's broken down the Psychic Power Shield with a Thunder, and as a result, able to cast Freeze and gets through the fight.
Yep, no problem. And we see Brooke doing the mood training, so we'll get the Saturn Valley teleport. I'm pretty happy to see Saturn Valley teleport right there. Maybe was hoping that would be Underworld for Fire Springs. I still don't think we have access to a 4th sanctuary quite yet. So going for these PSI checks, I wouldn't say is particularly strange.
Interesting green swirl there. Definitely a little bit on the janky side, but we take those.
Uko, Lantro so far is in the winners bracket, so Rook would need to win here for another round. Lantro heading to, I think, was Dusty Dunes, might be looking to check out what the mines has.
Yep. Problem is, the teleport drops you at the bus stop side, so it's a bit of a walk. But it's a walk without enemies, so go for it. That's what I say.
Alright, what is hiding here in the mines? Oh, Sign
That's
Bananas,
worth it.
that is 4th Sank.
Fourth sank and an item behind it, I would argue that that is definitely worth it.
Yeah, with 3 known sanctuaries available right now, yeah, you go for that. So the 3 sanctuaries we have available to us are Giant Step and Pink Cloud, which both our runners have finished. We have Lilliput Steps here, Happy Happy, which I think neither of our racers have finished yet. Well, Lantro has found the 4th sanctuary item in the mines. Brooke is checking out the Cabin Kid, even probably hoping that this is a 4th sanctuary item here. Probably will be happy to see that it's the Franklin badge for that added protection again in the Gaia's phases. And we have Krakens in the mines. I love seeing Kraken in the mines. Kraken gives a lot of EXP and
It really does.
dies instantly.
Also, we have not only the vanilla Franklin badge, we also have, by the meme from Brooke, Happy Egg Day. In other words, Happy Easter, folks, because we are doing this on Easter Sunday.
Yeah, we see the enemies fleeing from Lantro in here, so it must have been a fairly early early intended area to go to. Lantro using the repels to more quickly get through the mines here. We're also going to check the teleport here past the meteorite piece. We haven't seen this yet. I'm probably going to guess it's probably going to be a redundant one. Yep, 2 seconds.
Very. Ooh,
Lantro with the
Happy
nice
Night,
janky
that's
green.
good.
Fortunately, the TP didn't work out here, but there's plenty of other options to check out. Brooke actually going to take out Carpainter here, or at least whoever's in the Carpainter spot. With yet another Repel DX, we're going to be flying through some of these dungeons, folks. Well, meanwhile, Lancho finishes up the mines while we have Captain Strong here leading the cultists.
Yeah, the captain really went off the deep end this time. Yeah, avoiding the mines is not the play here.
Yeah, I would say the mines are fairly typically avoided, just because it tends to be so out of the way. Oh, we got Shyness Book. Although we don't have Deep Darkness, so it's not very useful. At least I don't think Lantro's done Lilith Footsteps yet. He is going to turn in the signed banana right now.
Yeah, nobody's gone this way yet.
Yep, Brooke eating that DX Repel, going to fly right through this dungeon. This is definitely one of the longer dungeons, so using a Repel is pretty good. Pretty good way to get through here unassailed. A little skeptical of whether 20 seconds would get you to the end or not, but it got her quite a ways through, so.
Most of the way through, at least.
Okay, we got Frank. And there goes Frank. Thanks for participating. That's Sanctuary 3 for Brooke, while Lantro is taking on Sanctuary 4.
And this is going to be a free Monomole because Monomole is weak to paralysis.
Easy day. Brooke now heading to Dusty Dunes, is now on the right track to get the signed banana. However, Lancho has already finished the mines and just has to go through one more sanctuary before Gygus is available to fight. Monkey Invitation, not going to be easy.
Oh gosh.
I would give, there's some discussion in the chat about who's ahead right now, and I would give that nod to Lantro at the moment. Lantro has completed all the dungeons he needs to complete, except for the one sanctuary to unlock Gygus, where Brooke has both the mines, which is fairly long, and as well as the sewers to go through before Gygus unlocks.
On the flip side, Brooke does have better options on offense that can easily be exploited for her advantage.
Yeah, we still have 3 Cursed Gygus. That Heavy Bazooka is going to come in handy for that fight. Going for the classic steal all the food. But you can't escape the rat. It's coming to get you.
Nice try, Lantro. Had to fight the rat. In fact, I think that's the first time I've seen that particular NPC watching the food stand just teleport like Starman Jr. That was actually really cool.
Yeah, if you try and teleport away, it'll just the boss will teleport to you and engage you. It's the first time I've seen someone go into the footsteps here to try and evade the food stand watcher, but I tried to steal and run away. I tried to be a thief, but it doesn't work out so great. Lantro now with the 4th Sanctuary is now primed to run at Gygus and complete the siege.
Brooke came up with a secret herb in the mines. I don't know if Lantro got that, but that'll definitely be helpful for the road ahead.
Yep, Lantro stole all the brain food lunches, so he does have plenty of healing on hand, at least. But with only we do need a... Well, I don't know if Lantro will or not, but I would definitely be stopping in 3 to get those okay pendants for the other kids. If I didn't have them already. You may go up to check the Saturn shop that opens once you get enough sanctuaries to open up Gygus.
Well,
And
there's
there are
okay
okay pendants
pendants
here.
right here, actually, so I think Lantro's gonna be all set. Also probably worth it to get Horns of Life if they're here.
Yeah, the funny thing is that first Saturn there, the 2 closest to the door aren't actually the new shop that opens up when you get your first sync requirement done.
I mean, secret herbs are here, so that'll do.
That's okay. I'd much rather see Horns of Life, though. It's kind of a disappointing final store, actually. You don't even have a big league bat here, you just have a pan for Paul and some defense items. I don't even know what Batness has.
Lantro, not sure.
T-Rex. I see T-Rex, that's not bad. That's only a couple offense fewer than the big lead back. So that's fine. Yeah, the real difficulty here will be whether... If you need the secret herbs, whether they'll come through for you or not.
Mr. Baseball Bat, not terrible, but not as good.
Yeah, I think Lantro accidentally equipped that rather than throwing it out. You want to get the good news that there's a Tucson teleport right here? Didn't need to fight the cops after all. Just had to get over here somehow. And we get a Braggart Dragonite, that's going to be some good damage. Lantro first to get roboticized here. Brooke not going to be far behind. I would be, except maybe to get more okay pendants, I don't anticipate Brooke doing much additional shopping.
Yeah, this might just be go time for Brooke. But we'll see.
Yeah, if Brooke didn't steal from the food stand now, I would not see a world where she goes back to Happy Happy just to do that. And I do see going to 3 to get those okays. It's definitely quicker than going all the way up to the... Well, I don't know, you do have to go around the tent, so maybe it's not actually faster than going up to the Saturn shop. But you know they're here, so... Take the thing you know over the thing you don't. However, what's your guess for the boss? I have not been tracking them on my end, so...
Neither have I.
I'm gonna say
I'm
Shroom.
I'm just gonna say it's gonna be vanilla.
Vanilla Porky. You're thinking Ancient Cave already, aren't you?
I'm just thinking of forcing chat to say, is this even randomized?
Well, we already had the key to the shack. Oh no, it's Trillion Edge. Oh no. Abort.
Ew.
Abort.
Gross.
Terrible.
This one's actually bad.
Alright, Trillion Edge, known far and wide for being terrible, is here.
Yep, for context, in one of the qualifiers, we had a vanilla Trillion Age Sprout guarding Milky Well, and it was the 7th Sanctuary, and it's got a...
And with a PSI power shield.
Oh, that is nasty!
Well, we missed it, but Brooke did do some additional shopping in Saturn Valley. I did not look at what she picked up, but I'm sure she will not be happy to see this trillionage sprout here. Oh, and we got Flash Beta. Oh, Launcher made it through. Well,
yeah,
if we can,
and one of the secret herbs failed.
yeah, that's secret herbs for you. Thankfully, Flash Beta can't KO any kids. Instead, it's replaced with another awful effect of some kind. Oh, phew. Okay, so Pooh got confused before he could use the secret herb, but still managed to get it off on Paula.
Yeah, so what
Oh,
happened
wow.
is Pooh is confused. As a result, trying to heal, it said, whoa, 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 did I just see a bottle rocket fire out?
Yeah, that's one of the Gygas curses. He can just get random attacks. I don't know, I might take the time to heal Beta Pooh here, just because him being confused really isn't helping things. But we're through phase 2, actually. Brooke, for some reason, is not using repels. That's a little strange. I'm not quite sure what's going on over here, but... Lantro's on to phase 3.
I think we got another... I think she's attempting an equip null again.
Oh, she did get a teddy bear, yes. Could be trying to do that. Very...
Feels like it's a bit late for that.
Yeah, I would agree.
Wait, did Brooke run out of repels?
We got so many repels, I would... Oh, well... Undoing all the penance isn't too bad. You can just re-equip them, but we had so many repels, I would be very, very confused if Brooke went through all of them. We had at least 2 DXs and like 3 regulars. I mean, I guess it's possible. Yeah, I don't think this Woolly Shambler is gonna do what you think it's gonna... Oh. So we found the secondary effect of Flash. It is Nauseate.
And instead, we have a boss, or rather, enemies that got bopped.
Wow, we got the instant kill on the green swirl there. And this one too.
Yeah, prepare for trouble, make it double. Instant win, that is. Stellar Drizzle will do some damage, but not a whole heck of a lot.
Alright, we got
69
spores
damage
again.
roll. Nice.
Yeah, fortunately with the confusion and nauseate on Paula, this is looking a little scary for Lantro. Oh, but the heal goes off. Heal goes off correctly.
Oh, looks like a spore bomb went off again.
Yep. All we need is 2 more prayers. I don't know if that nauseate KO'd Paula.
We got 2
9 HP. It goes off. I think this is GG's. And
that is all.
All right. Lantro wins the PK Scramble tournament 2 years in a row. So congratulations, Lantro. Also, I believe our first undefeated champion.
I believe so, because I think we're about to get a potential pop-off here. So the face cam just adds that little extra element. Personally, I love it.
Lancho really going up above and beyond this year to put on a masterpiece showing of scramble skill.
But does he have one more left in him? Is the one question that I have. But
I'm
we'll
sure he
get to that
does,
in a bit. 'Cause
but
I want this final. I want the final time, and I want to see the pop-off.
yeah, it's kind of hard to see the time with Gygas going all nuts there, but this might be a sub 50.
Yep, there it is. Get your GGs in chat for Lantro, the first repeat champion for PK Scramble, the first to win 2 legs of the Earthbound Super Series Triple Crown in the same year, and he does it all with an official time of 49 minutes 58 seconds.
Congratulations, Lantro. We've seen you play all throughout the tournament, and it is without flaw. You are extremely good at Scramble.
An extreme masterclass from both runners in the final. It's just at the end of the day, Lantro just charged through and got the win. And we are joined by the champion, the repeat champion, and the first and the champion of Boogie Percent earlier this year. We can't forget that. That's a heck of an introduction, but here's Lantro,
Oh.
GG.
Oh, is my mic working now? Okay, cool.
Yes, hello.
It is.
Oh my
To be honest,
goodness.
I did a bit of a long-winded intro because it was warranted here.
Yeah, that worked out perfectly to cover for that actually. I was really worried. First off, I messed up early game, like so bad. I had to go do Sanks and everything to get caught fire just to survive in early game, and I was like, okay, I'm already behind. I'm just gonna play risky, whatever, we'll figure it out. And then you go to Saturn Shop and you see secret herbs. That is the last thing you want to see on these settings. I swear, it is just the worst trying to get reses off of that. But
Oh no.
I don't know how I did that in one
Brooke
try.
got confused, and that's a death. That's a wipe. It was Brooke who won Boogie. I correct myself on that. And that's gonna do it for Brooke, who's waved the right flag. Get your GGs in chat, as we are now joined by Brooke. GGs, Brooke. Just
GGs.
sometimes the game just
GGs.
decides to be a noun.
Yeah. I wasted a ton of time not checking stuff that I should. I
Did you
think.
also struggle in early game? Because I swear it took me forever to get past cops.
No, early game was pretty easy. Cops was
Oh,
super
God.
close though. Like Jeff died and Ness was bashing for like 10. And I just barely got through it.
Yeah, I struggled so hard that I went and did the first 2 Sanks to get caught fire on Jeff to breeze through it. Like I was not having fun there.
Yeah,
But-
I found a heavy bazooka fairly early, and that was
What?
pretty good.
Where?
Inside.
Yeah, so
Oh, I never went Moonside.
Yeah, Moonside. Brooke did take a bit of a lead at first, getting through the cops, excuse me, much quicker than you did, Lantro, but then started to fall behind doing some additional checks, such as clearing out the Colt HQ, such as looking through Moonside, which did give some really good items. The Big Lee Bat, the Heavy Bazooka, and so on. However, you took a much cleaner line through the game, and in the end, you didn't need the Heavy Bazooka to pull out a victory.
I don't know how I won. Like in that situation, that was like when you have secret herbs as your revival item from shop, it's miserable. But
Yeah.
actually got through. Yeah, I skipped Happy Shack. I skipped Moonside. I went straight to Mines because I know, hey, there's a hint. If this is a Sank item for 4th, then I'm done, right? So I need to check this
Yeah,
right now.
I should have checked that sooner than I did. I think that was the big time loss.
It's just info at that point.
Yeah.
Like, and if it's not it, then like whatever.
Yeah, at least you both did the mood training, so no one ended up having to go through the 3 tunnels at least.
Well, I knew I had a teleport open. There's no way I'm gonna be doing that walk unless I have to.
Yeah, same. I wasted some time at the end trying to equip Scramble a OK pendant onto the other slot as well, which, I mean, it was funny.
Does that stack it?
Yeah, it's just
Wow,
makes it an Earth pendant basically.
that's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it took me a couple minutes because the enemies weren't cooperating, but I don't think it, it didn't lose me the race. So
Yeah.
okay.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
that was a fun final Gygas fight. So you had Trillionaire Sprout leading the charge, and then you had
PSI Power Shield
Nauseate on
Phase 1.
Splash.
Yeah, you get Flash Baited, PSI Power Shield. Phase 2 has a normal Power Shield when I want to Dragonite. And then it's like, okay, well, now I got to do Secret Herb Reses. I just give up eventually and use my only cup on Paula. And I'm like, okay, if Paula dies at this point, then we actually have problems. And I kept her alive just barely.
Yeah, I couldn't see with the ice damage and the nauseate damage. I was wondering if she took a KO there, right at almost at the
Yeah. She was
at
at
the second
17 at
top.
that one point, right? And if Ness
Yeah.
like or if Ness didn't do his action through the Mastermize, Paula definitely would have died. So I kind of just left it to luck there, unfortunately, but I didn't see another way, and it worked out.
Yeah, I knew I was behind at the end, so I was just kind of hoping that you would die to Gygas or something.
I thought I was behind the whole time, so I was hoping you would die to Gygas. It was nasty.
Yeah,
but-
funny how that works for Earthbound, but guess what, folks? We got more Earthbound coming on the way. We end
That's right.
Scramble, we immediately turn the page to Ancient Cave. Signups are open in the Earthbound Discord. If you're interested, check it out. It's a fun time.
That's right. Can we see you two there?
Every time I get to the end of the Scramble tournament, I always want to play Ancient Cave. I've just been
I
playing
got
a lot of
other
Scramble.
stuff I want to speedrun at this point. Plus, I think I'm super burnt out of Earthbound after grinding for this. I did, what, 18 seeds in the last 3 days? So,
Holy seed!
Yeah, you were
week,
doing a lot.
man.
so I'm good. Yeah, I'll see y'all next Scramble tourney. Or maybe Boogie, I don't know.
So, for those not in the know, Ancient Cave is based off of Lufia 2's Ancient Cave, where they take the game, divide it into a 9-floor dungeon. You have shining spot bosses at the end of each of the first 8 floors, and Gygas is at the end of floor 9. Along the way, there's various equipment that you can grab that can help you get through the cave and hopefully have enough of an immunity to Gygas's PSI nonsense to be able to hit the 9 prayers and call it a day.
Yeah, if you ever played a Door Sanity randomizer seed, it's very similar to that. It's a fun time, it's a hard time, but it's very, very interesting. If you're interested, check it out. So, any closing thoughts from our runners here?
I'm going for 3 next year.
Going for 3, going for the Triple Crown.
You know it.
For the Hattie, I get it. Hey, hockey playoffs are coming up soon. I had to slip a reference in. Anything from you, Brooke?
No, just GG's. And I'm looking forward to playing Ancient Cave.
As am
Nice.
I, and Brooke will probably be matched up again sometime down the road. That's how it usually goes.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Well, this is Static Pulse and Leslie Pro signing off for the night. Thank you all for watching. Jude Holmar, thanks for making the whole scramble. Thank you, chat, for watching. That was a great 2 races tonight. And good night.
And we'll see you again soon for Ancient Cave. Stay kind, stay safe. We'll see you then.